Today on the Automation Show, we're going to be running Stealthy automation from within Docker containers. And in order for this to work, we'll need two things, Docker and some Stealthy automation. For the Stealthy automation, we'll be using SeleniumBase examples that can bypass CAPTCHAs and anti-bot defenses. Let's start by running some of those examples outside of Docker so that we can see the web browser spin up and see what happens there. So let's do Python raw cf clearance.py, and this is an example that bypasses the Cloudflare security check at the beginning and then goes on to the rest of the website and then displays the CF clearance cookie, which appears when you've bypassed a Cloudflare turnstile CAPTCHA. And the other example that we'll be running is the Walmart example, Python raw walmart.py. And this example is going to go to walmart.com and it will search for the Settlers of Catan board game. And then it's going to display the results that showed up inside the console output. So now we have that. You can see here, it displayed those results here, and we saw what it did because the browser spun up. All right, so now that we have that, let's get on to the part where we show you how to get your Docker stuff set up so that we can run this automation from within Docker. So SeleniumBase has a Docker README in the integrations folder. So you go to SeleniumBase integrations Docker README.md, and then you'll see that there are Docker setup instructions for SeleniumBase. You'll need to install the Docker desktop, and that looks like this. Here it is. And you can see the images that you've already set up if you've built any. And then you'll have your containers tab, your volumes tab, your builds tab, etc. And then once you've got Docker desktop set up, then all you need to do is run a command to build your image. So if you're using Windows, Linux, or an Intel Mac OS, you just use docker build-t seleniumbase dot from that top level SeleniumBase folder. Or if you're using an Apple Silicon machine like I am, then you'll need one extra step to do. Inside Docker Desktop, just make sure you check the box for use Rosetta for x86_64 AMD64 emulation on Apple Silicon, and then you can run your command after you've exported this environmental variable, and then you've run it here, docker build -- platform linux /amd64 -t seleniumbase dot. And if you've built all that successfully, you'll see output like this. So here's what I did. I built that, and then it went through all the various steps. So let's see, actually let me move it over here so you can see better. So I built it there. You can see it ran through all these various steps. And then at the end, it says, what's next? View a summary of image vulnerabilities and recommendations, etc. And that's just the usual output that you get after you've built your image. So once you have that, inside the instructions, you'll see that you can enter Docker and stay inside the shell. So let's jump to that. Docker run -i -t seleniumbase. And let's just move that over here. And then copy paste that and run it. And then this will take a few seconds, but we can fast forward if it's slow. So once that process has completed, you'll see that it says SeleniumBase Docker machine. And if you go inside your Docker desktop dashboard, you'll see that there is a container that has now been created. And it'll give it some random name, and it'll say that the image is from the SeleniumBase image that we built. And then it just started 12 seconds ago or 24 seconds ago, so updating in real time. So you should have a container there seen now. And once we're inside, if we do an ls, you'll see that there are some folders and files here. So if we want to go through and run some automation, we would go into the SeleniumBase folder, and it should look like that. And let's go into the examples folder. And before we run any stealthy automation, let's just run a basic example just to make sure that the automation works at all. So if we do something such as Python basic test.py, and we run it, you'll see that it's going to be using PyTest, and then it's going to run that, and after a few seconds, you'll see that the test passed in 8.18 seconds. So this is just a basic example here. If you want to see what that one looked like, we can run it here so you can see the browser. Python basic test.py. It's not bypassing any stealthy stuff, it's just doing a quick thing where it's logging into an e-commerce website and doing a checkout from there. So let's get back to the container. So now let's go into the CDP mode folder from there. And if we do an ls, we'll see all these examples, which should be the same as what you see here. So this blue pane here, this is where we're running from my local machine. And over here, this is from within the Docker container. All right, so let's get on with the example. Let's run python raw cf clearance.py, and this is the same one that we ran earlier. And it's going to take a few seconds, but once it runs, if it goes successfully, then we'll see the CF clearance cookie. As you can see here, this means that it bypassed the Cloudflare turnstile CAPTCHA successfully from within that Docker container. Now let's also run the Walmart example that we ran earlier and see if it also works inside Docker. So let's do python raw walmart.py. We're going to hit enter, and let's see if we can also scrape Walmart from within this Docker container. So you can see here it is running, and it's going to take a few seconds for it to gather the data, but then here we go, data is coming through, and you can see that we were able to scrape Walmart successfully. So let's look at that. Let's scroll up. Here we go. You can see that we ran that test. We did a Walmart search for the Settlers of Catan board game, and here are all the results popping up showing that we were able to run stealthy automation from within Docker. And that's pretty impressive too, because once you can run something within a Docker container, you can easily replicate it and run it anywhere. So this basically shows that we're able to bypass Cloudflare turnstiles within Docker and bypass more advanced defenses, such as those seen on the Walmart site. And there you go. That is web scraping from within Docker. And now let's jump back to the instructions so I can see how it all happened. So we basically built that Docker image, and then we stepped inside the container with this command here, docker run -i-t SeleniumBase, and then we went to the folder. So basically all the folders that you see here, that's basically going to be everything that you see from within the SeleniumBase GitHub page. The SeleniumBase folder is the main one that we went into, and then we went into the examples folder, and from there we went to the CDP mode folder, which has the stealthy examples, and there's also a stealthy playwright mode. So there it is there in the playwright folder under CDP mode. So here within stealthy playwright, there are other various examples that you can run here as well. But that would be for a different tutorial, because I have a whole set of YouTube videos on Stealthy Playwright alone. So if you're interested in that, you should check it out. Let's jump back into the Docker file, because you may want to see what it looks like, because this is the key to making your Docker stealthy so that you can run stealthy automation in it and still continue to bypass CAPTCHAs and anti-bot defenses along the way. So we'll start by doing from an Ubuntu 24.04, and then just some basic setting of environmental variables like here. You've probably seen these in like various other Docker files. I'm just going to make it a little bigger because you probably can't see it. It was so small. Here we go. All right, I've really zoomed in, so now it should be easier to read. You set up your Docker image like that, and then you have your environmental variables. Then you'll set the locale configuration, which is important for getting some stealth that you wouldn't normally get, because some of these might be undefined or set to a very random time zone, in which case people might detect that you're a bot. But if you set all this up like this inside locale configuration, that will help for the stealth. And then there is the additional fingerprint configuration where we're installing various fonts, because from within a website, if certain fonts aren't loading, then that's going to give away that you might be running from like a Linux server where the fonts aren't normally defined. And then we're installing some more fonts. Here we go, the common fonts. And then some important Linux dependencies that you'll need. If you don't need to memorize all this as I go through. Basically, it's all in the Docker file. You can just like copy it and paste it if there's anything you want to see. But essentially, I'm showing you all the steps that were involved with making Docker stealthy. So then we install the useful utilities, etc., CA certificates. Then we've got the bash command line tools. We install Chrome like this because that's important. That's the web browser that we'll be using for the stealthy automation. And then we install Python 3.13, and then here are all the steps needed for that. And then finally we get to the part where we install SeleniumBase, and we're just like zooming through that. You can basically go through the file at your own time. Once we've got SeleniumBase installed, then everything is pretty much set because we already configured our Docker image and container to be stealthy through all this. So that is the Docker file. And of course, there's the Playwright folder for Stealthy Playwright examples. And then there's the CDP mode folder with the Stealthy CDP mode examples. And Stealthy Playwright has a lot of documentation as well. If you're just curious about how any of it works, I'll just run a quick example from a regular browser pane. So let's go into the Okay, so we're going to go into the Playwright folder from here. I already have that set up in this environment. So let's do Python raw copilot sync.py. And here is a Playwright example of basically querying Microsoft Copilot, where there's going to be a Cloudflare turnstile that appears, and then the automation was able to click it successfully, and then we were able to get all the results through there, and it's outputted to the screen. If you're wondering what that example looked like, we can just open it. That's this one here. So let's do open raw copilot sync.py. Here it is here. So essentially, in order to make Playwright stealthy, which is pretty common now because a lot of people want Stealthy Playwright because it's such a popular framework, and SeleniumBase makes it possible. You've got the Playwright import, you've got the SeleniumBase import, you launch the web browser, a stealthy one, with SeleniumBase, and then use the connect over CDP method that Playwright has in order to connect to that web browser, and then you can perform Playwright actions in a stealthy way because SeleniumBase already made that browser stealthy so that you can continue on and perform Playwright actions in a stealthy way as well. And you can even mix and match the SeleniumBase methods with the Playwright methods. For instance, you have a solve CAPTCHA method here from SeleniumBase mixed in within the stealthy Playwright code there. So that basically covers today's tutorial. Keep in mind you can find everything from the SeleniumBase GitHub page. So if you go to the main SeleniumBase page on GitHub, then you click integrations, and then you click the Docker one, and then you click the README, you'll see that you have all the setup instructions for getting your Docker container or Docker image created so that you can then build containers from it. All those instructions are right here. And then also from the main SeleniumBase page on GitHub, you'll have access to the Docker file, which was used in order to make the automation stealthy inside Docker. And here it is right here, all those lines of code. You can look through that at your own time. And that basically covers today's tutorial on running stealthy automation from within Docker containers using SeleniumBase. All right, well, I'll see you all next time. Have fun automating, everyone.